Okie doke. So, hi, I'm Beck Lane, and this is Catalyst and Company. Catalyst and Company, where we're catalysts in each other's lives as well as our own, and we work at being the artists we've always wanted to be. Now, I haven't made a video in a long time. I've been actually very, very busy, and it's really great to be able to say that and report it. Because anybody who watches this channel has been watching my story for the past 10 years. The silly little vlog knows I've really been floundering for quite a while and angry and not knowing what to do and just feeling like, oh my God, maybe this is all over actually. But things have changed quite a bit since February. In February, this woman who runs a company called Gray Productions here in Sarasota got a hold of me and asked me if I wanted to do a show with her. And we had originally talked a year ago. I quite honestly thought she had forgotten about me and didn't care and moved on. And that was not the case. She had, of course, had things going on in her life and had opportunities that she was working towards opening that finally opened. And so Stephanie, we did this one show together at a hotel called Art Ovation. It was a one-night pop-up show. We did it. We had a bunch of people show up. People were very receptive to the work, which brings on another subject, but very, very excited about the work that I do, about the paintings that I do, and the people that I try and portray. And since that one night, I mean, people were asking for my autograph and taking my picture. It was nice. It reminded me of being up north in the world that I love to be in and want to be in all the time. Around people who truly appreciate what's being done here. Let me get some more mineral spirits and I'll be right back. Anyway, since then, Stephanie, if you haven't been paying attention on all my social media or my website where I'm posting a lot more now, Stephanie and I have done multiple events. It started with that one. Things went exceedingly well, I think, apparently for both parties. We were happy. And so since then, I've done a second, oh God, there's been so much going on. I was live painting at a second Art Lab event, and Art Lab is her company. This company under Gray's production, it's a thing. Anyway, we did a second Art Lab on the rooftop of Art Ovation. From there, Art Ovation offered me an artist residency where I'm going to be in their lobby painting for a week. I have a space from 4 to 8 o'clock in the lobby rather, and I'm going to be painting and interacting with people. But between Stephanie and I alone, we've also gotten work into a place called Vino Bistro. It's a wine bar downtown here in Sarasota. So we've got work there. We've got work at a theater called Urbanite Theater. And that little show, it's only 4 little paintings in their lobby. But we had a reception for it, which was really kind of funny and fun. But from there, like, things have just been happening and happening and happening. And I'm getting invites to things for many weeks actually. I was getting an invite a week to do things. And it's really all because of this girl, Stephanie. But right now, I had another opportunity popped up. I met a fellow named Greg Cruz at the first Art Lab I went to that Stephanie was hosting. I went just to be a guest, to look around, to sniff things out, to find out what kind of work she was doing around town. Oops. And I met a fellow named Greg Cruz, and he runs a gallery called Love Art Repeat. And we've been talking about me doing a show with him for off and on for a year. And we kind of lost communication. I thought, once again, I thought he forgot about me. And it was like, nah, you know, whatever. But we're doing it. Greg has actually turned into a really good friend and a great supporter. So anyway, we're doing this. We're doing a solo, sorry, I'm working while I'm talking. I have a solo show coming up with him, and what you're seeing me prep right now are canvases for the solo show. He's picking up artwork for this particular show Saturday. I already have some work in his gallery. It was up for a fundraiser he was having, a celebration and a fundraiser. But I have 21 to 24 paintings that are going to be hung up at Love Art Repeat on Center Street on Central Ave. And what's really cool about this show is this is going to be all African American figures, all my black and brown people that I've been developing for I don't know how long now, at least 5 years off and on. But we're taking things that were supposed to be in the Newport Art Museum solo show that never happened. Thank you for that. And some of those are going in Love Art Repeat. But I've also been developing new work for Greg. I'm sorry, there's so much running through my head because there's so much going on. So much has opened up and in things that I've dreamt about since I moved here. You know, so we've got this solo show coming up. Greg introduced me to a graffiti artist because I've been wanting to work with a graffiti artist. And I thought I had found a graffiti friend that I could work with, and he just kind of evaporated. He's another thing that I have no idea, just evaporated. But Greg introduced me to another fellow who goes by the name of Fundamentals. And he and I have been working together developing canvases like this, where we have his graffiti in the background and my figures on the front. We've got 2 Zora Neale Hurston portraits going in. I'm working on a portrait of James Johnson I'm going to show you. This has just started. I'm going to be working on it this weekend to get them all done, get the figure in. But then we've got Bessie Stringfield, and I think that's it. The 4 with Fundamentals, and then, like I said, there's going to be 21 to 24 paintings up at this one solo show. So it's a lot of work. And then I have to spend the next 2 weeks getting ready for my artist residency at Artovation, where Fundamentals and I are doing a 12 foot 8-inch long canvas that will be a portrait of Frida Kahlo, one of her sisters, and a friend of theirs holding a calla lily. They're all seated. So it's going to be a mixture of the graffiti lettering and these little portraits. And once again, that will be going to Artovation along with the Frida Kahlos that I've been developing, and you can see pictures of them on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, it's been a lot. I was doing 1 to 2 events every week for about 9 weeks. We went from 0 to 60. And until I turned on the camera, I had forgotten what it felt like to be like, can somebody just find me? Can somebody please just find this painter that's off in the ethereal and just want to work with me, please? Until I turned on the camera, I completely forgot what that sadness felt like and that trepidation. And I know a while ago I stopped making videos because I just got so sad. And I had nothing positive to say other than, okay, we're still not going to give in. We're still not going to give up. And we're going to still keep working at this regardless. But now it's like, oh, wait a minute. This stuff is happening. We stuck with it. We stuck with this channel for 10 years. We stuck together for 10 years or so. We've just kept working, and now it's starting to pay off. The sales, once again, aren't there. but we're working on it. We're really, really working on it. So in the end, right now it's in Sarasota. I have artwork hanging in 5 different places. Of course, chasing galleries, but as I said, Vino Bistro, Urbanite Theater, Love Art Repeat, and then where's the other one? There's a 5th one. I got to go through my notes and figure it out. But God, there's so much going on, I can't remember. There are 5 places anyway, and if you go on Instagram and Facebook, I've been posting about it. Around Easter time, I was calling it an Easter art hunt, where people could go from venue to venue and find the artwork. And people were doing it, which was fun. That was really fun to see. People were like, oh my God, Fogartyville. That show just came down yesterday. So we are only in 4 places, and then we'll have the 5th Love Art Repeat Saturday. Where, like I said, Greg is picking up the artwork on Saturday. We'll be hanging it next week. He's repainted the gallery, plastered it. He's making it all cleany-weeny so we can go in and make it nice and clean and a really presentable show. And we're working to make it into kind of a big deal, a little bit of a big deal. It is a very unique show. But next week, too, if you're in Sarasota and around and you'd like to stop by the gallery, let me know. We're going to be hanging, and I'm also going to be painting. We're going to be touching up the artwork. As we've pulled out the artwork that I wanted to show, I've noticed it's gotten pretty dinged up in me moving it around my little storage area and banging around like Shrek. It's gotten a little scratched and dinged up. So I'm going to be repainting some of the things, and I've been working with a new friend of mine, Jordan Beutel, a young man here in Sarasota. He's been coming by and kind of being my studio assistant, and he's really good. He's makes sure that I eat, because I won't, and because of my stomach issues, I won't, or money, I won't, because I'm like, oh, if I eat this tomato today, what am I going to have tomorrow? And Jordan's like, did you eat? Let's go eat. So we go get something to eat, and we get to work. And he's been so helpful in getting all this work in place. Because like I said, there's a lot of artwork. On top of the work being picked up Saturday for Love Art Repeat, we're also picking up work at Vino Bistro and transferring it down to Greg's gallery. And I have other work that's coming out of my little storage area and going into Vino Bistro, so all of that is going to be refreshed. It's a lot. I'm juggling chainsaws, but it's really fun. I'm really excited. I feel like me again. 10 years later, I feel like me again. And I'm also trying to find ways to provide opportunities for other people. I've been inviting artists around Sarasota to come in and paint with me at Art Ovation when I'm doing the artist thingamabob there, and it's all free to Kahlo, and we've got this 12-foot long canvas. I've been inviting people to come in and paint. Unfortunately, the reaction is, I don't like to touch other people's work. I'm like, it's just paint, and if anybody's going to screw it up, it's going to be me. It's not going to be you. And what could go so horribly wrong that we can't take it off? We can't just wipe it down. Nothing. It's just paint. That's all it is. So if you're in Sarasota, April 29th, we're having the reception from 6 to 9 o'clock at Love Art Repeat. We will be doing an artist talk as well, and maybe one other special event around the show. As I said, this is a wholly unique show. And then everything... I don't know what that is. Everything that's being shown, it's all Black and brown figures. It's all African American figures. It's all the figures that I have been deeply driven to paint and have had nowhere to show. And now I have somebody who's like, let's show them all. So the show will be up the reception April 29th. I'll be painting all next week. You're more than welcome to come down. Just contact me and through Instagram, Facebook, and you can come in and visit. Maybe grab a paintbrush and help me make everything look fresh again. Then after the reception, as I said, we'll have more events. but then of course it's Art Ovation. I also have shoot, I've been asked to provide work for an LGBTQIA show that's going on at the Lex Al Gallery, and it sounds fancy, Lex Al Gallery. And I was laughing about this the other day. I was at an event where I was a featured artist again, and I was a featured artist again. Oh, woe is me. And one of the organizers for the Lex Al Gallery was there, and I was explaining to somebody, oh, we've got this LGBTQIA Pride show coming up at the Lex Al Gallery. And they said, where's that? And I go, it's at the Unitarian Church. Peg, can you fill them in? So it sounds super fancy. It's at the Unitarian Church. I could say it's just at the Unitarian Church, but it's at the Unitarian Church. So that's another show that's wholly unique to Sarasota. Here we have these massive this massive show of black and brown figures. Then we'll have LGBTQIA group show. But the Lex Al Gallery has also asked me to have a solo show in there in June. I've also got new work going into Urbanite Theater. I think it's late May through June. I have another show in July. So it's a lot of this. And because I'm not posting on YouTube as much, please make sure, if you want to go, check my website under shows. I've got a show page. Check Instagram, check Facebook, or just reach out to me. Now, I said both of these shows, the Love Art Repeat show and the Lex Al Gallery show, are wholly unique, but I also think they're extremely important. And this is what makes me so excited, because we're watching this garbage go down here in Florida, where Governor DeSantis is erasing the LGBTQIA, or trying to erase the LGBTQIA community, the trans community, trying to demonize them, but also the United States has been doing this to black and brown people, to African Americans, for how many hundreds of years? How many hundreds of years? So these are the shows that I am built for. Over the past 10 years, I've been told multiple times, but I don't know how many people, don't paint drag queens. You shouldn't paint drag queens. You shouldn't paint black and brown people. You shouldn't paint African Americans. Nobody's interested. I like it better, literally, I like it better when you paint white people. Why can't you paint things that white people would connect to? All people should have the ability to connect one another, to see the person, to see the figure. I'm confused by people who say, why don't you paint white people? Why don't you paint things that white people could connect to? Are you that daft that you cannot connect with black people? Are you that selfish and self-centered? That arrogant? That lost? That you cannot connect with anyone who doesn't look like you, dress like you, whatever, isn't a reflection of what you are or want to be. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I love doing this show because it gives me the opportunity to give the finger to these people and to these movements, to erase, eliminate, demonize, dehumanize, and minimize the fringe. The fringe. I don't understand it. I hate it. And I love giving people the finger. I love giving power the finger. So come see me at Love Art Repeat. Again, the information is posted on Instagram, Facebook. You can always reach out to me, and I'll just keep you updated. So I've got two things going on at once in terms of happiness. I'm doing, and I'm doing shows, which I love to do, doing shows, but we're doing shows with purpose. We're doing shows with purpose, which makes me super happy, and I get to give the larger community the finger. The the extreme right cultural police the finger, which I love doing. I love love being that person. Anyway, that's it. I'm Beck Lane. This is Catalyst and Company. We're still hanging in there together. We're still getting the work done, but now we're being seen, and we'll see how we can, where we can take this. And that's it. If you'd like to help support Catalyst and Company, all the links are down below, including links to Cash App, PayPal, TeePublic, where you can get images of my work printed on t-shirts and mugs and stuff. Patreon, which has been a savior for me. Monthly support through Patreon, and now I have items that are specific to Patreon that are up that have been pretty fun. But this also, if you decide that you're going to help me, it also helps my friend Jordan. It also helps my friend Greg, because any money that comes in, I have people that I can then help support, like Greg coming to pick up the artwork and deliver it, and coming back next week to get more artwork, because I've got more and more artwork in development for it. I can reimburse him for gas. Jordan, because of someone finally paying me for a job that I did, I've been able to say, Jordan, let me get you lunch. Let me give you gas money. So any money that comes in, it is also distributed to others. And if you don't know any money that comes in, I quite typically take a portion of it and go out. When I'm out, I see a homeless person that needs money, they get some of it also. Anyway, I'm Beck Lane, that's Catalyst and Company. Carrie, we're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. All right, ciao. Ciao. Meow, meow, meow. Boink.